Hello and welcome to the Sports Pitch Podcast, the NRL Round 6 preview. How are we today, fellas?
Tired, great, can't wait.
It's great and can't wait.
Yeah? It's a
know,
late
I
one
can't
today.
It is.
It is.
Late one, but we love it. We get it out for you guys.
Exciting list.
We appreciate the support. Exciting list?
It is. For me, just one person, the trail. So
List of what? What are you talking about?
Like the team list, you
Ah, yeah, okay.
What are we doing here, Ali? What are we doing?
we're going through ins and outs. And
someone's tired.
I am tired, but like I said, we do it for you guys, and we really enjoy this. So we do appreciate the support.
I'll do it for the money.
Before we start,
For the moolah.
yeah, are you seeing money out of this?
He's only lost money out of this.
Yeah, well, we all have actually.
Tell me I'm down.
Please do like. We appreciate the support. The more you guys like, the more we actually puts this podcast out there, and we will appreciate it. Let's get into it. All right, first game of the round, the Penrith Panthers take on the Dolphins. The Penrith Panthers trying to make it 5 in a row. Can they do it? By 5 in a row, I mean 5 losses in a row. And the Dolphins coming off their first win of the season. Ins and outs for the Penrith Panthers. Big one. Dylan Edwards is back in the team. Scott Sorensen is back.
Massive.
Jack Cole and Mitch Kenny are out. And for the Dolphins, Ray Stone is out. Tom Gilbert is in. But looking at the team list,
where is he?
Tom Gilbert is listed
As a
at the
lock.
second row, in the second row spot.
yeah.
Max Platt stays at lock because good old Wolfie watches this podcast.
Yeah, he's our man.
He reached out.
We should appreciate the support. About time you listen to us. All right, and I think every other fan that watches the game has been saying the same exact thing.
At least Dolphin fans.
No, everyone's been saying the same thing. Play Max Platt a lock. All right, and he's listened. But the big one is Dylan Brown, and my
Edwards,
God,
Edwards.
Dylan Edwards, Dylan Brown, God, Dylan Edwards, my God, they've missed him
Oh, they needed him so bad.
so bad.
If you noticed anything in the past 2-3 weeks, is they missed him.
Yeah, and I don't think whoever's filled in at fullback, Jenkins, who's the other one?
Laurie.
Laurie, they've done a bad job, but
But just everything he brings,
yeah,
it's crazy. He runs over 300 meters a game.
yeah, it's like his norm,
And he's just everywhere.
100%. I think it's his voice in defense just ushers him beautifully around the park. But no, he was very, very missed. Now Blaise Talangi gets the 5/8 spot.
About time.
About time, but it's Schneider's on the bench.
There's question marks.
He's in the 14.
Because we've seen every time Schneider comes on, he turns the game for him.
Yes, especially the last 2 weeks. It hasn't been able to get him a victory, but the game changes when he comes
And
on.
he doesn't play many minutes.
100%, he doesn't. But when he does come on, like you said,
Well, they bought him. They bought him to as a 5'8", right?
Yeah, they did.
That was a signing.
Yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
If there's ever a game,
it's
like,
this one.
it's the game with Edward, like with your full team.
Yeah.
'Cause if anything goes wrong,
Besides Stoll.
yeah,
Worry about that.
Yeah,
Right.
their backline remains the same as last week. Casey McLean, Tom Jenkins, Isaac Tungo, Paul Alamotti. And Luke Summerton comes in that number 9 spot for Mitch Kenny. I like Luke Summerton for what we've seen from him. I think he gives you more in attack. His defense, I don't think he's as solid as
Kenny.
Kenny, but
He offers more in attack.
he offers more in attack.
Kenny's out for a few weeks. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, what is he? Injured?
Shoulder.
Okay.
And then you got, for the Dolphins, like I said, the only big change is Tom Gilbert is back in, but it is massive playing Tom Gilbert in the second row. Max Platt stays at lock. It was by far the best the Dolphins have looked all year last week against the Gold Coast Titans. Who do we have in this one?
I got Panthers.
Do you give me a margin or?
Buck would say that because the Panthers should win, bro. I'm telling you. I'm so scared if they lose 5-0. If they get 5-0.
No, they can't.
Is it 6-0 or 5-0?
It's going to be 5 on the
Five.
trot. Their only win was in Vegas.
Yeah, Panthers 13 plus.
Yeah, I got Panthers 13 plus.
I'm not going to say 13 plus. Panthers want to talk.
Okay, I seen somewhere. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Andrew Johns. I can't remember who it was, but they were saying Nathan Cleary's playing at too high of a level for the Panthers. It was something crazy. He's like he has to dumb down his footy for the team.
For everyone to catch up?
For everyone to
Fuck,
catch
that
up.
makes so much sense.
I swear to God, he's
I
like,
swear to God.
because Nathan Cleary last week had a blinder.
Yeah.
And everyone
But
else.
other than Isaiah Yo, No one went with him.
You mean like their skill? They're just playing too high where the team can't keep up.
Yes, that's what he meant by it.
That
It's a
makes
fair.
sense.
It's a fair call.
He said
swear to God.
just go back to doing the simple things right.
Yeah.
And
Well, they have to because they've got the juniors again, and
Yeah.
they're rebuilding.
They're gonna start from
again,
scratch.
so-
well,
not
Dylan,
rebuilding,
Dylan
but-
Edwards back is going to help a lot.
Yeah.
I think Blaise Talangi is going to be training at 5'8" all week. I think he's trained all off season at 5'8" anyway. So it's going to help that he's in there with Cleary, the man he's trained with. The one time we seen him was without Cleary.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see a
And he's got no pressure on him.
100%.
Literally, like he could do anything.
He just needs to run.
He's got the plays.
He just needs to run.
That's it.
He
That's
needs
what
to do
he's gonna
everything else.
Yeah.
That's what he needs to do.
I think it's just going to be selection. Know when to run, know when to pass. Keep it simple.
Yeah,
And I think Blaise Talangi is a great footballer. We sent
And
it
we
at
hope
Para.
he has a good game.
I do too, because he looks like a bright player.
So
for
just
the future.
eyes up footies, pretty much.
100%.
Yeah.
That's all he has to do, and I think they should get the job done. The Panthers are sitting in 15th spot. The Dolphins are ahead of them.
What?
Yes, they're 14th. Dolphins are 14th. Panthers are 15th.
Wow, man.
Crazy, man. Crazy. We move on to the Dragons taking on the Titans.
Is that Friday?
Yes, in Wollongong, 6 p.m. Kickoff. Ins and outs. For the it's just the reserves, right? Loco Pacific Tonga is named. Nothing's gonna happen. All right, he's not gonna be brought in. But for the Titans, big out is Tino Fa'asuamaleaui.
That's massive, man.
Huge out. He's replaced by Chris Randall in at lock and Arama Howe.
On the bench?
He's on the bench. He's a utility player. Takes that Chris Randall spot. David Fafita on the bench. They did bring him on last week. I think they have to this week.
Yeah, against the Dragons.
Against the Dragons, yeah. Because I could see David Fafita being an absolute terror against the Dragons, especially running at Ilias. This game is must win for both teams, especially the Dragons. Especially the Dragons, right? This is a team that you are very
Hot and cold?
In the same
not hot
bracket.
cold, but you're in the same bracket as them, where they can crack the 8. They probably won't. This is the team that you have to beat to ensure that you get that spot ahead of them. It is at Wynn. It's the only stadium you've won at this year. Is it Wynn?
No, yeah.
Yeah, it was at Wollongong.
No, it was at Cogra.
Oh, was it? Oh, last year was at Wollongong.
So where's this game at?
This is at
Is
this
that
is at
Wynn?
Wollongong.
Is it called Wynn Stadium?
Wynn Stadium.
So the
Should they change it?
Lose Stadium?
God, if you guys lose.
They need a win. They really need a win. The Titans have their biggest player, or their two biggest players out. In what's his name? Tino and Keanu Kinney.
Yeah.
God, so I have no faith in the Dragons, man. They broke me last week. I'm gonna go with them again. Dragons 1-12.
Well, they got the experience.
No, I can't.
They've got the
Titans
courage.
win. Titans win 1-12.
They've got the experience. They're better, well-rounded team. And saying that, I got Titans.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I've literally got Titans 13 plus.
No, I got them 1-12.
They're killing me here. I want to ask you a question. Pacific Tonga, what position does he play?
He's a prop.
He's not a halfback?
No.
No, there's a halfback
King
coming?
Togia.
Yeah, that's
Who?
the other one.
King Togia.
Ah.
He's a 5'8".
And I've seen him linked.
There's a lot of raps on him.
Yeah, but
Does he get around?
He's linked to Para.
he's linked to Para.
Sure.
Yeah, but big links.
But
Like,
Dragons need him.
I know they do. But
No, we don't, actually. Why do we need him?
Or who you relying on with Atkinson?
This year, but he's not linked to... Atkinson, next year.
Yeah.
Well, Atkinson, and if he's not there, then...
Say Ilias Adea.
Then... Or Ilias will be his partner.
Anyways,
it's a tough spot.
Titans,
What do
13
you
plus.
Dragons 1-12.
1-12. Are you confident?
Yes.
Yeah? God, for your sake, I hope they win.
I
But
heard that against Rabbitohs and Eels.
the fucking Eels, bro. That's a...
I'm stunning.
That would have been circled in the
Well,
calendar
I
for the
wish.
Dragons.
I love Gufferson, bro. If you're a Doggies fan, you love Gufferson because he's pumped us every year.
He deserves to be happy or late.
He does. I can't believe he's lost last week.
Yeah.
But I got no faith in him. Like, I want him to
They've
win.
got a well-respected team
Who?
with the signings they made. Very respected team.
Yeah.
That's why I think everyone's rooting for him.
Yeah, but they're not performing.
Like, literally. We want to see you guys do
Yeah,
well.
you fucking
They
gotta
just
give him
beat
time, bro.
Melbourne.
We've only had 4 games together.
You beat Melbourne. And then you lost to Para, hasn't been anyone.
I don't know how that works.
Anyway,
I reckon they should win. Titans 30 plus.
we move on to the Friday night blockbuster. Would have been a few years ago. It's the Brisbane Broncos versus Sydney Roosters. The second matchup already. Like, it's crazy. Round 5, you're playing a team you've already played before.
Are they?
Yeah. So the first matchup ended 50 points to 14, Broncos way, in an absolute toweling.
Was that first round?
It was round 1, yes.
Second.
Round 1.
Was it round 1?
Yeah, round
Oh,
1.
yeah.
Well, let me just make sure.
Yeah, it was.
It was, yeah, round 1. Because round 2, they beat the Panthers. Apparently, everyone's beating the Panthers. The Broncos, if it loads here, ins and outs. Brendan Piacura is the only out. He's replaced by Jaden Hunt, who just
What do
moved
you
from
mean
the...
Adam Reynolds is playing?
Yes, he's named, but let's see. Right, Jaden Hunt moves from the bench to the starting spot, and he's replaced by Martin Tapau.
Oh, God, but I don't know how
Kapow.
He's still fucking playing.
He's
I don't
still
know
going.
how this guy still gets around.
He's still going.
He still looks like his body-wise, he looks fucking
He looks
fantastic.
beautiful, but
Yeah.
he's not that good.
Jock Madden has been named on the extended bench. It's his first time being named there all year. So that is if there is a late switch, that's going to be it. And then for the Roosters, Lindsay Collins is out. He's replaced by
That bricklayer, I'm assuming.
who was it?
Faketi?
Yes, Celeste Fiketi.
Nafua White starting?
Yeah, Nafahu White. That's his
been-
spot.
He's been so well.
He's been
Yeah,
so
he's
good
been-
for
He's
him.
been probably the shining light besides Tedesco.
Yeah, so Hugo Savala is named in the halfback spot. He is huge.
He's named in the starting half.
He's starting halfback spot. Hugo Savala, yeah.
Townsend dropped.
Townsend dropped.
Yeah, well, it makes sense.
Fair call.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Townsend dropped. There was also a lot of news around
Dominic
your
Young,
man.
yeah.
Dom
I
Young.
don't know where I heard that too.
You were right.
There was
'cause-
an article on
no,
Fox
but when he
later.
said it, there was no
last
article.
week I said it.
Yeah, he said it a week
So I
ago.
was confused. I don't know where I got it from. Though.
Yeah, but it was right.
Okay.
You even said, I don't know where I got that from.
But they haven't dropped.
So do we
They
think-
haven't
do
dropped
we
him,
think-
but-
I think they have to.
He gets dropped. Mark's on the
Yeah,
reserves.
and that's a shit go if he gets dropped. And
Mark.
no
No one
one
gonna
else.
tell us.
Yeah. Only makes sense.
He's on the reserves.
Wallah only makes sense.
Yeah,
Like,
I think last second they switch him.
How sad, huh?
Yeah.
Dominic Young.
It's not sad. He's been shit
He
his
doesn't
whole
even-
life.
but he doesn't look like he's trying at this point.
No. I've always thought he's a shit player.
You said this 2 years ago, and I had a go.
Yeah, I've always thought he's a shit player. I always thought he's a good finisher.
But
I
that's
always
what,
thought he's very good in space. You give him ball in space, he's damaging. But other than that, cuz the guy is so poor. Can't catch a bomb.
at all.
He's
Can't
like
catch anything.
6'5",
Can't catch a pass,
cuz.
cuz.
Yeah, he's so
He
bad.
doesn't run straight. It's like his analog stuck on
He's
the
so
left.
bad. He is so bad.
Watch his game.
He's analog.
If he plays, watch his game.
And that's
I've seen him. Yeah,
What's it called?
100%.
Stick drift or something?
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
starts-
And for I went through the Broncos. Victor Adley's back. God, I hope he makes it through 80 minutes. I really do, because Victor, the inflictor, we love watching him. I thought he was going to be out for longer than a week. Just give
Give him time, bro.
Give
Just
that
give
brain
him-
a fucking rest.
Hard.
My God, it's been
No,
rattled
no,
a few
no,
times.
They don't rest. The NRL don't rest.
Because
God,
the thing is
poor
like,
guy.
bro, his head is like putting like a little peanut into a can and just shaking it. That's
No,
his head.
poor
He's just
guy.
fucking always.
Poor guy. But saying all this, I do think Dom Young gets dropped. Mark comes in. Who do we have?
Broncos 13 plus.
Yeah, Broncos 13 plus.
You said the last one, the round one was the toweling. It's going to be the exact same toweling.
Do you think the Broncos score 50?
If Adam Reynolds plays, possibly. If he doesn't, it'd still be like a 13 plus game.
I don't think they score 50.
If Reynolds has not played, the 1 to 12.
The Broncos still win. Ben Hunt is there, cuz.
I think it's
Doesn't
13
matter.
plus. I don't
Doesn't
think it's
matter.
going to be 50
He
points.
doesn't move. He's not as slick as Reynolds.
And Adam Reynolds is.
Same control.
I think Adam Reynolds is missing this game 100%.
Then I think
That's 1
Broncos
to 12.
win 1 to 12.
I don't think
Could
he's
be
playing
13.
this game. I don't know. There's a reason why they named Jock Madden. They haven't named him all year.
Then
Well,
he is
just
responsible.
precautionary.
Yeah, no, but they haven't named. I think he's not playing.
He
I think
shouldn't.
it's just mind
He
games.
shouldn't.
Yeah, but I sent an article, which I can't remember who was talking about it, but they were talking about the recruitment of the Sydney Roosters. The recruitment of the Sydney Roosters through the past couple of years. So Dom Young is one of them.
Marky Mark.
No, Marky Mark's.
Chad Townsend.
That's all right.
Oh, like
Chad
an NRL
Townsend.
recruitment?
We're talking about NRL.
Yeah.
Chad Townsend.
we
Brendan Smith.
Oh yeah, well, 3 of the worst signings in the last 2 years.
Poor signings, and this is by a club who
Oh, we're also
Doesn't usually
talking
make this
losses,
mistake.
hardly ever gets it wrong.
even their losses
And then I was going to get into that.
Mm.
They lost to Panua.
when they weren't meant to. That was on accident
But why'd they lose to
because they
Panua?
thought they had to feed her.
Exactly right. They thought they had David Fafita. They didn't get David Fafita. They ended up losing Tupanua, who, God, they are screaming for a Tupanua right now. They would kill for a Tupanua
100%.
right now.
And then Manu.
Manu gone. They didn't replace him.
Does anyone know why Torome is not in the team? No, still there's no.
Still no
there's still
explanation.
nothing.
Yeah.
Because the money he's on at the Tigers, the Roosters could have afforded easily.
Easily.
And he
took
would
it
have
on.
he would have taken less to stay at the Roosters.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's the recruitment, it's the retention of players. It's all come under scrutiny, and this is from probably over the past 20 years the best run club in the NRL.
Yeah, literally.
So
Well,
it's
very, very, very rarely you see them make a signing like this.
Yeah,
Or a
but
signing
it's-
like this.
Well, what's the joke? They have the most money apparently.
yeah, the
Like, that's what
sombrero.
we say. The
That
money,
was
money,
it, the
money,
sombrero.
all
And
it-
but people used to take pay cuts to go play there.
yeah,
Yeah, but like the past 2 or 3 seasons, it's gone.
It's gone pear-shaped.
It
that's
is gone
why.
pear-shaped,
But we
thank
keep
you.
every time off air. We always talk about it. Like who are they preparing for? And in my heart, I honestly think Ponga would be there in 2 years.
I think Ponga as well, but what are you gonna do? You're gonna destroy your whole
That's
team
what I'm
just to bring in
saying.
Ponga?
Do you drag the club through mud just to wait 2 years for Ponga?
Roosters aren't known for that, but I think this year's a write-off year for them. Next year with DCE, with Sam Walker and the same team, wow.
So you link DCE to there too.
Well, if they don't get DCE, there's a real problem.
No,
Because they got
DC.
so much money to splash right now.
It looks like he's
A Dolphin.
he's a Rooster. No, bro, he doesn't want to go to Brisbane.
Doesn't he?
No, doesn't want to go to Queensland in general. His 3 daughters here, all of them go to school in Sydney. He lives in the northern beaches.
Yeah. you
Well, it's
can't-
just across the bridge.
literally.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense to him to go to the Sydney
I
Roosters.
think it's a massive loss if they don't get him.
100%.
Especially
Because
Roosters.
No, if they want him, they get him. Let's be real.
That's the problem what Ali's saying though.
that's what we used
That
to
hasn't
say.
been the case in the last
That's
2
what we
years.
used to say.
But they haven't been going for anyone
Yeah, they have. They went for David Fafita.
besides him.
Literally.
But that's a big one.
What I
That's
think,
a massive one. But besides him, who have they gone for?
Yeah, but they gone for him and then everyone else left.
we don't think they're
But
making
now-
a play for Galvin.
What is it?
We don't think they're making a play for Galvin.
I think everyone's making a play for Galvin. If you got the money, you're making a play for
I
Galvin.
think everyone that needs a
No,
half.
sorry. Apparently, an hour for 60, Roosters pulled out.
No, bullshit. Everyone that
Well, they
needs
said
a half.
because Nick Pilatus and Isaac Moses don't do business.
Just like that's
That
like
is
Gus
true, I
Gould
did hear that.
pulling out with everyone, and then they just end
Well,
up.
No,
that-
no,
yeah,
no, but that
that's-
is true.
that's-
That is true.
Yeah, none of the Isaac Moses thing.
But
Yeah, he
that
doesn't
source
do
from
business.
Phil Good is very weak. Like they still think he is chasing Galvin. Sorry, DCA.
Well, if we sign Sexton, which looks like we're very close
Is that
to
what you were talking
re-signing
about, by
him.
the way?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we're very close to re-signing Sexton. If that does happen, this is not coming.
No, he shouldn't. Why
no,
would he?
No, he won't. He won't. Why would he come?
There's no reason.
Well, maybe we can just afford him, but yeah.
No, it's
you're
not about
right,
money.
It's not about affording him. Where are you
Doesn't
gonna
make
play him?
sense.
That's right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You're not going to play
Um,
Sexton in the
But you're
reserve.
very right, man. Roosters last few years haven't been the magnet. You know,
But they've
attracting. They haven't been attracting these good
But
players.
see, that's the thing. You think they're not the magnet. I feel like they're not poaching.
They've tried, cuz.
Besides David Fafita, I don't feel like they've tried for anyone.
They've
I don't know
tried.
what they're holding back for. Like you
So,
said,
like, do you reckon they're preparing for Ponga?
Yeah, they're
DCE,
preparing for something big.
massive names.
Yes.
yeah?
Ponga makes a lot of sense.
Like just when they thought they got rid of Pearce for nothing, here comes Krung.
Ponga
Like-
makes a lot of sense, but what they're doing right now is what Newcastle have done to keep Ponga. Everywhere else now is weak except for Ponga.
But is everyone else weak?
In Newcastle?
In Roosters.
Roosters is not.
Well,
Tell me.
do you think Ponga comes into his team and changes him?
Yes. Oh, Tedesco's
Changes
been doing a
what?
fine
Tedesco-
job.
Tedesco's killing it.
I know, but they're not far off from being changed.
What do you mean?
What do you mean changes what?
Changes how they're going.
What do you mean how they're going?
One
They're
win.
They're still the Roosters, bro.
One win.
But they're one player off being a very, very good team. Literally.
What
A halfback.
to replace the only player that's given it?
But
every year?
they're
And you
one
think-
player, a halfback.
And you think Teddy's output is less than Ponga's? Teddy's giving him way more than what Ponga will give him
Yeah, 100%.
right now, 100%.
I just
Consistency-wise too.
I just think Ponga in that team with the exact same team they have now, with Sam Walker in the halves, I reckon they go ballistic.
If Sam Walker was in the half, they're not 1-4 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's also true.
That's true.
It's a different look, but we're looking at it right now. I don't think Ponga makes a difference. No. But we'll wait and see. This is all he say, she say. We have no idea. Ponga might stay at Newcastle for the rest of his career. Hell, he might sign for the Dogs. Moving on to Sharks versus Eagles. Man can dream. All right. ins and outs, the Cronulla Sharks. Talakai is back. Tig Wilton is back. 2 players that they have missed a lot. They take their spots. Tig Wilton in the starting lineup. Talakai on the bench. And for Manly, Corey Waddell out with his suspension. Josh Aloiai goes straight into the starting lineup, pushing Tafofo Sipley back to the bench. This game is the Sharks have got to win this game.
I feel like you're putting way too much pressure on these teams. They have to win this game.
Dragons have to win this.
Okay, Dragons, but
Sharks have to win.
okay, but like Sharks don't have to win. Nico Hines has to win.
Sharks have a bit of leeway.
What? They've won 2 games, and this is a.
But like everyone knows,
But
top,
not
top
compared to
4.
the Dogs, they're actually a top 4. The Dragons. Not compared to the Dragons, they're actually a top 4 side.
Yeah, so let
So
them
at
start
some
winning.
point in the year, they can just go on a dominating run where no one says the Dragons doing that.
Literally,
That's why the Dragons must win now.
Yeah, no, this is Nico Hines' game. Like no turbo.
No turbo.
Manly's haven't looked well in the last 2 weeks.
They got thumped by Melbourne.
Yeah, come on, Nico Hines. Come on, you're on $1 million.
No, it's about time the Sharks
Pull your socks up.
Not just him, the whole Sharks in general. About time they pull up.
And I feel like we're the only 3 people on this earth that say Kennedy doesn't do enough. Because I hear everywhere else that he's in the best form of his life.
No.
Am I watching a different game?
No. I think Kennedy's his strongest asset of his play or facet of his play is he does not stop.
Yeah.
But this year it's not been there.
But
This year it's not been
people
there.
are saying he's in the best form he's been.
No, cuz.
If this is the best form,
No.
and don't even think about it, just chuck Nico Hines in full.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, badly.
They gotta pull the plug somewhere. And, yeah.
Kennedy's been
Look, he's safe.
yeah, but he hasn't been there this year.
But attacking
He
wise,
hasn't been
it
there.
doesn't put out much for
No.
an attack. It doesn't offer much.
No, it offers nothing. He's been very, very quiet in attack.
Yeah, 100%.
Safety wise, yeah, he'll catch every bomb. He won't drop anything.
Yeah, but for the past couple of years in attack, he brings nothing.
Well, no, I thought last year he had a better season than what he's having so far.
Yeah, but only
I know
5
it's
rounds
5
in. But
games in.
overall, he doesn't offer
Yeah,
much.
yeah, he's not that X Factor type player.
Yeah.
He'll come in
And
and
Nico
split
Hines
open a
can
game.
be that X
Well,
factor.
if their
100%.
own fans were calling for Tracy to be fullback. Do you
Yeah.
remember that last year?
Yeah.
Was that last year?
No,
Yeah,
2
before.
2 years ago?
Last
Yeah.
year, Tracy played for you.
And I was literally seeing all the Sharks fans. Tracy, keep him at fullback. Get rid of Kennedy. And
Yeah.
now,
Well, it makes sense.
And now you're saying it. Tracy's a better fullback than him.
yeah, well, I agree.
Yeah. This game is at Perth, the first of a doubleheader in Perth.
Yeah.
It's big travel, but it's 2 teams traveling from Sydney. So, what do you reckon?
I reckon the Seagulls will fly high and put a number on them.
Yeah, 13 plus.
Yeah. I reckon 13 plus.
I reckon Manly, but I reckon 1 or 12.
I've got Manly 1 to 12.
Yeah,
We've all got Manly.
that's crazy because
Wow, we've lost hope, huh?
the Sharks are favourites
Wow.
by the bookies. They've got them as favourites, but
As long as they have this, no direction in the halfback, who's the actual dominating halfback, they're not going to go for it.
Literally, you can't really see it.
Nico Hines, out of confidence, this early in a year,
It's bad.
is very bad. Usually he loses it after Origin.
Yeah.
The
Or
past 2
towards,
years,
yeah.
honestly, past 2 years, he's lost it
Literally.
after Origin.
Literally.
He's lost it after what, 3-4 rounds?
Hey, I don't think he brought it.
And he's
to
very
begin-
hard. He's
I don't
not
think
a-
he brought it to begin with.
Yeah, he's not the type of player who's going to gain confidence.
Did you
as
see
the
what
season
happened to
goes.
Andrew Johns in the club?
What?
He came out after the game and he goes, Nico Hines got to step up. Just criticising Nico Hines. If anyone can criticise a halfback, it's Andrew
Andrew
Johns.
Johns, yeah.
And then fucking they got salty, and one of their board of directors, whatever, from the Sharks came out and said, it's very un-Australian the way you come out and put down one of our elite halfbacks. He wanted Dally M. Want to full defending him.
What's that got to do with being
That's 2
Australian?
years ago, bro.
And he goes, if you ask me, that's un-Australian or something. And I'm just sort of paraphrasing here.
Yeah.
But I know it's definitely in the text. You're talking about an immortal criticising a halfback.
Because
Not
this-
an immortal, like a halfback criticising a fullback or a winger.
Why don't you listen to his criticism and try to learn from it?
Because this bloke can borderline criticise Cooper Cronk.
Of course he can.
What do you mean borderline? He can
can.
criticise any
halfback.
that's come up in rugby league. And if anyone can do it, it's Andrew Johns. Not just
Yeah.
he's not just an average halfback.
No, he's Many's GOAT.
And the fact that they're reading into this and they're replying, that puts more pressure on Hines.
Yeah, I swear to God.
That's what I think.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I think Hines, out of confidence Hines, you need to switch it up. You can't keep him at half. I know it's early on, but
But imagine him having a poor performance at fullback. He's done.
just take him out the back and put him down, coach, straight out. Get the blanket out. Just put him down.
Not that deep,
But
but
he
he's
won't.
done.
Put him out of his
Like
misery.
surely he's done. If he gets a fullback, has one bad shot,
won't
like
have-
Listen. If
You know why?
it
Because his
doesn't,
job is much easier.
if it doesn't work out at the Sharks, I think he has to leave.
No.
I swear to God.
Relax. He won a Dalian with Sharks 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago, but that's nothing. Dalian is an individual player.
Why
No
don't
one
they
cares
chuck
about
him
it.
out fullback and let him? Okay, why can't he just play the exact same game as Latrell Mitchell? Honestly,
which is what? Be lazy.
no. With less touches, roam in the 5'8" role with a bit of ball movement here and there, and just
No.
Just
no.
don't
Lay
do
back.
If you want him to
Just
do
lay
that-
back.
If you want him to do that, he has to play fullback.
that's what I'm saying. For
Oh, you said
fullback.
5'8", sorry. Yeah, okay,
Yeah, sorry,
fullback.
for
Yeah.
fullback.
I agree,
And his defense is dog shit anyway, so you might as well chuck him where the fullback doesn't really see much defense.
100%.
I agree.
If he misses a tackle, who cares?
Good, so we all agree.
I do.
If everyone in front of
we
him
called
missed
for
the
it. We
tackle
all
and he
spoke
doesn't
about
make it
last
in the
week.
end, then so be it.
Yeah, it's
Literally.
the front line's fault. Why did you get through, you guys?
Fitzgibbon.
Give it a crack. Give it a crack, Craig.
Just
After
like,
you
just
like
like the
us.
Dolphins move Plath, might work for you.
Yeah. All right. Look, they listened. They won their first game of the year. So we all got Manly here. It's going to go from bad to worse, in my opinion, for the Sharks. Moving on to the South Sydney Rabbitohs versus the North Queensland Cowboys. The second game of the doubleheader in Penrith. In Perth. Ins and outs. Cody Walker, Jamie Humphries, Michaeli Ravalawa out for the Rabbitohs. It's big names. And the ins are Alex Johnson, Ewan Aitken.
Oh.
Yes,
Yes.
and I don't know who else gets a start, but them two are definitely starting. Yeah, as I look through the team list, I'll see who else is in, but it's a lot of ins that they've named on that extended bench. Now, for the Cowboys, it's 1 through 18, except for Ruben Cotter. He is back, and he is in at lock. Yeah, that's it. They're the only changes for the Rabbitohs, actually. So, okay. Jaden Sullivan, halfback. Okay, there's a lot to get through. Jaden Sullivan moves to halfback. Dodd injured in reserves, so he couldn't play. Humphries got injured that game. Like I said, he's the out. Jaden Sullivan moves from the bench to halfback. Latrell Mitchell, 5'8". It's going to be interesting to watch him there. I'll get your thoughts on that very soon. Alex Johnson back on the wing. Ewan Aitken, who they bought as a second rower, thrown into the centres. You know the problems they're having in their back line. They bought Michaeli Ravalawa over on a loan. He's injured. Ewan Aitken comes back at a perfect time from the shoulder injury.
Yep.
And the forward pack stays exactly the same. All right. They are 4 from 1 this year. They are flying, I think, a lot better than what a lot of people think they're going.
4 from
4
1.
and 1. They've won 4 games. lost one.
Rabbitohs?
Yes.
Yeah.
They've won
They've
one.
won 4 games.
Yeah, they won 4 games. Crazy. When I looked at the ladder, I tripped out.
Wow. What a
We'll go
season.
through the ladder at the
What a
end of this
start
because
for
there's a
them.
few teams in there that I go, I did not know that they were this high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wow. That's
Yeah, so let's talk about it. You were excited to talk about it.
Latrell.
Latrell Mitchell in the 5'8" spot,
can play anywhere, man.
100%.
Literally, he's got that English-esque about him. He can play anywhere. Beautiful hands, beautiful kicking. His kicking play, oh my God. I reckon we're going to see just a different level of Latrell.
Well, we did. In the last game, we've seen a stint of him playing 5'8".
Yeah.
Kicking, passing, past that winning try. So
Yeah, he was the match winner.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
his play was the match winner.
It's gonna,
You brought up Greg Inglis, right? Greg Inglis is probably the only player who can literally play any spot 1 to 13.
yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Honestly, he can play anywhere. It's
Literally.
Greg Inglis, right? And
Literally.
people forget how good Greg Inglis was. They
Yeah.
forget when you bring up like a top 5 greatest rugby league players of all time or top 10, they forget his name.
Yeah.
I've got Greg Inglis in my top 5.
Yeah.
It's how highly I rate him.
Which I respect that.
Yeah, I highly rated. Like the guy killed everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. He never had a bad game. Latrell Mitchell is of that ilk. He can play any position. I don't think he's as good as Greg Inglis, but he can play any position. And the more ball you can get to Latrell, as lazy as he is, but the more ball you can get to him, the more dangerous he is.
The more damaging your team looks.
100%. Because they lost both halves, but the fact that Latrell was in the 5'8" spot, you couldn't tell.
Yeah, 100%.
It was crazy.
The one thing what we don't remember of Inglis because he didn't do much of it. He was more of a ball runner.
Yes.
Wasn't more of a ball player.
Yeah. But he could
Is
still
that,
pass.
am I
Well,
right
he did
there?
play,
Yes,
well,
yes.
when he played 5'8", he was doing both.
He was
Yeah, but
but he was more run first because
yes,
he was
he's-
just
Yeah,
a,
his
he was
eyes
a
up.
wrecking ball.
His eyes
Yeah,
up.
but
Latrell
that's-
is a wrecking ball, but Latrell is also very talented with his hands.
Yeah, but Greg Inglis could pass. Greg Inglis could kick.
Yeah. No, I'm not comparing him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. For what benefits Rabbitohs more is he's not as much of a ball runner as Inglis was.
Okay, now, but Latrell Mitchell, 5'8", what are you expecting him to pass the ball every time? You're expecting Latrell run. Anytime you
I'm
get the
expecting-
opportunity to run,
No, I'm
run.
expecting
No.
eyes up footy, to be
We're
honest.
expecting
100%.
with Latrell, literally eyes up for
Yes,
With
run.
Inglis, you expect him to run and trample this guy and trample that guy.
And then get
but-
the
With
ball.
Latrell, you
Latrell
can
can
expect
do
the
it.
Harbour Bridge pass.
Yes,
you can expect
agreed.
the double pump and the cutout ball.
Yeah, agreed.
And
He
you
showed
can
it.
expect that fourth tackle kick to the winger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You,
Yeah.
didn't really expect that from Inglis.
Well, they won.
Although he could have if he wanted
No,
to.
he did. They won the grand final with him at 5'8". The Storm. He
Yeah,
did. He used to
yeah.
pass, he used to kick, he used to do everything.
Yeah, but not as much as Latrell does.
Well, we've never seen him play 5'8".
We haven't.
Well, literally, what
But we see what he
one
does.
half? Yeah.
No, but we'll see what he does in fullback. He plays like similar to.
He
to
can
fullback.
kick, he can do everything, right? But I think it's a move they had to make because they had no other option. But my God, like
That's
my
why
God,
I'm excited to say it's a good move.
like yeah, we got forced into it. Okay,
Yeah, but
well,
obviously now the edges are just so much weaker now without him.
No.
But you and Aiken, yeah.
massive
United
in,
Plays everywhere.
massive in.
He's originally a centre.
He is,
Yeah.
and the season he's come off. Like Wayne Bennett looked at two players at the Dolphins and said, "You're coming with me.
Yeah.
Your man,
3.
your who?
Habner.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, sorry, you said 2.
Two.
Okay, all good.
It's two.
Yes, my man, your man, his man. Porn Habner.
That's it. That's what I was waiting for. Like,
Sorry,
someone
I
to
just
say
told
it.
your vibe.
All right, and you and Aitken. They're the two he's seen. He said, "I'm bringing you with me."
Yeah.
If
The hardest
Bennett-
working?
yeah, Bennett's only done that with one other player,
Yeah.
His son.
his son. He took him everywhere, and how good was his son?
Until he went to the Knights. But
Fumian, is it Darius Boyd?
Yeah,
Yes.
come on, cuz.
Yeah,
Took him
okay.
everywhere.
I thought I was missing something.
Darius
and his
Boyd.
son that he wore on his hip.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of a guy. Who's the guy named
He's-
Bennett?
Darius Boyd's career went downhill when Bennett wasn't his coach.
Literally.
Crazy. But for the Cowboys, again, Ruben Cotter's back in. They won without him. He hasn't been in the best form. I'm not saying they're losing because of him, but he hasn't been at his best.
He hasn't. He hasn't.
Beginning of the year.
None of them have.
Yeah,
to
he's
fair.
back. It's all about Souths and how Souths are going to look
Yeah.
with this new look back line, with the Trill at 5'8". It's going to be interesting because the Cowboys, you know exactly what you're going to get. Nothing from anyone except for Scoot Drinkwater. Who do we have? Full pumped him. You know where my tip's
All
going.
those shat on him.
I got the Rabbitohs.
Yeah?
1 and 12.
Yeah, I got Souths 1 to 12.
I got Cowboys 1-12.
Oh,
Only because Jaden Sullivan is their halfback.
I don't think it matters.
I reckon he's been playing pretty good.
He's been all right.
Yeah.
One good half.
He's definitely not a halfback, but he's been playing
Yeah.
One good half.
He's definitely not first grade material.
If they're going
but-
to look at him to steal his ship, it's going to sink.
Yeah.
This is Titanic vibes.
No, I don't.
Nah, this team's full of troll.
That's, yeah, if they're looking for the troll to steer it, then it's fine.
Yeah.
But if Jaden Sullivan is going to be their dominating halfback,
Nah, he's only going to fill in whenever Latrell's not touching the ball. Latrell will have probably 30 touches in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be...
Literally.
He's gonna
For 5 meters.
He's gonna ask for a month off after this game, Latrell. He's gonna get to the farm and just hibernate. We move on to Parramatta versus the Raiders. The Raiders coming off that incredible win against the Sharks. Parramatta Eels picking up their first win of the season. Everyone is 1 through 18. Both teams last start winners. Like I said, who do we have in this game?
I got the Eels.
Yeah,
I got Raiders.
yeah. What are you talking about? Who do you got?
me,
Yeah,
Raiders.
you still Raiders?
I don't know, man. I just
Why don't you know?
Lomax is so good.
Who?
Lomax, he's so good.
Yeah, but he's not. They're not coming up against the Dragons, case.
I know, but like,
He doesn't have a purpose. He doesn't care today. This week.
where are,
What do you
they,
mean? What-
where are they playing?
They're Combank.
You know what? Eels might win the second game.
Who's saying Eels or Raiders?
Eels.
Eels.
Eels 1 to 12.
Well, got Raiders 13 plus.
Raiders 13 plus.
I think Raiders
No, it's in Combank.
absolutely. It doesn't matter.
Trust me.
It does not matter.
Alright.
You know what? I told you last week. There's no way this happens. It did happen. So
It did, but
we'll see.
But who are they versing? So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think Raiders
The
mock
only
them.
team that can win the premiership contenders, and then
I think Raiders
lose to
mock
the
them. I think
worst
Ethan Strange is looking amazing. I think Kyle Wakes had his best game of the year last year.
Hudson, Daddy Young.
Hudson Young, wow.
is he not suspended?
I know. That sin bin, I still don't know what it was for.
It was
The
the
half
high
of them
shot.
We didn't know what it was for.
I still don't know. Yeah, I know it was a high shot, but it like it wasn't even direct.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Then again, what's his name? The one that got suspended in Manly? Adam Elliott?
Corey Waddell?
Corey
Oh
Waddell.
my God.
Then he doesn't get Symbian.
He ripped his head off. That was the worst one of the weekend.
We could talk about
Have
this
you
for
seen it?
hours.
No.
It is so bad. Like swinging arm, forearm to the face.
We could
That's
talk
what
about,
he said.
yeah.
He got suspended, but he didn't get sin binned.
Okay.
But this bloke who hits the body goes up sin bin.
Yeah, no.
But that's because his
We
name's
talk
Hudson
about-
Young.
We
The
knew
reason
about
why
it.
we haven't made a segment about this is like we're hearing this from
We'll go for
every-
3 hours.
literally, and we're hearing this from every single, like, you look left, look right, every
Everyone's
show's
talking
talking
about
about
We
it.
all
Very
said
true.
the same thing.
this is all the same thing, and like it's not really up to us, not even up to the refs anymore. It's just like they're just going with the flow.
Yeah, you don't know.
Like,
Flip a coin.
literally.
Yeah,
The
flip a coin.
big boss is just throwing shit in there, and we just have to abide by them.
Yeah. Flip a coin. All right, me and my Raiders. Khalid is the Eels. I don't know what you've been smoking, but keep at it, son.
I mean, like,
We move on to the Storm versus the Warriors. Ins and outs for the Warriors. Rocco Berry comes into that centre spot, pushing. Who was it that was there? Edward Corsi, who filled in last week. He moves back into the reserves. And for the Storm, they won through 18. The team that beat Manly last week. This has the potential to be a very fun game, but also the Storm love to put a score on the Warriors.
is this at Amy Park?
It is at Amy Park.
Fuck, they love it, eh?
Yeah, they do.
There's a massive stat about that. Yeah, they haven't beaten them in so long.
Well, Andrew Johns came out and said the Warriors are the bogey team of the Storm, and then someone went,
Yeah, what an idiot.
"What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
It's been a very long time. For a long time, but I'm talking about like 10 years ago, the Warriors had the best win record against the Storm.
Yeah, what, 10 years ago?
I'm talking about 10 years ago.
I do remember that.
Yeah. There was a time where they beat them,
Yeah.
especially in those Anzac games.
Yeah, I remember.
But I think from 2012, they have not beaten the Storm.
Yeah.
At all?
I think,
just
yeah,
at
from
Amy?
2012 or maybe 2014. I can't remember. No, at
In
all.
general? Okay, wow.
And they put on like big scorelines against them.
Yeah, I think they put a number on them this week.
Who?
Storms.
Yeah, I think Storm put a number on them. They're looking unbelievable.
So,
bro.
when Hughes is firing,
Yeah.
well, he's firing every week.
I don't know, cuz the Storm don't like to put big numbers 2 weeks in a row.
No, they're going to do it.
Yeah, that's true. That's also true.
I feel like the Warriors are, if they can keep up with you, they'll keep their head up. But you know what? James Fisher-Harris changed that team, bro.
So I
I
feel like
saw
it's a
that.
1 to 12, to be honest.
Yeah, mate, I don't know. I thought 13 plus Storm. I think they're
You
too
think
good,
she change the team for the worse?
but no,
For the better?
for the better. Because you know what their record is?
What?
The Warriors.
What?
They're 4-1.
Warriors?
Yes, they've lost one game all year.
Yeah, it's just,
Please!
Bro, what?
When did this happen?
Well, you know what? I'm just... we're so fixated on the top 3 teams.
Yes.
You forget what's going on, like, under us. I didn't mean it like that.
we're confident. I hope he gets fucking mobbed next
Bro, I
time.
honestly didn't mean it like that.
That sounded hectic.
We don't focus on anyone underneath us.
Well, I didn't mean it like
We only
that.
keep looking up. We just see ourselves up there, brother. I like that. It's pretty good.
I'll listen to you wrap it up.
Sorry. Who do we got? Oh, yeah. 13 plus.
Storms, 13 plus.
1 to 12.
Storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I think it's going to be fun either way because I think you're going to see a lot of points scored. We move on to the last game of the round. The Newcastle Knights taking on the West Tigers. Ins and outs. Newcastle, a lot of outs. Right? You come up against the Dogs. There's going to be some injuries, brother. Right? Adam Elliott, Jack
I
Cogger,
hate these two.
Jack Hetherington. Jack Hetherington, Jacob Saifidi, and James Schiller all out. I'm joking. Of course, I never want to see anyone injured. God, there's a lot of ins. Kai Pearce-Paul back.
Finally.
Jackson Hastings back. Matthew Arthur back. Not back. He's been named. I got to go through each one.
Lucas?
So Kyle McCarthy. No, not yet. Kyle McCarthy named on the wing.
That's a singer, isn't it?
Phoenix Crossland moves from winger.
That's Jesse McCarthy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's McCartney too.
Yeah. Phoenix Crossland moves from the hooker role to halfback to cover for Cogger. Jaden Brayley moves into the hooker role. Thomas can't. Gets that spot from Adam Elliott starting.
Clearly he can.
Matthew Arthur, he's got a spot on the bench as that utility. Tyrone Thompson, is it his debut?
It is.
Okay, the younger brother of Leo Thompson
Leo
making his
Thompson's
debut.
No, but I don't
They
understand.
look identical. Are they twins?
No.
Because they look identical.
They look-
That's his
they
younger
look
brother.
very
That's
similar.
his younger brother.
They're twins.
No, they're not.
They're twins.
No, they're not.
They're twins.
They're not. Cunt.
They're twins. I just checked it. They're twins. 28th of May 2000.
He just put your leg hard.
Say Allah.
2000.
Are they actually twins?
Yeah.
Yeah, وحياة الله. Why would I make that up?
Why are they calling me his
Unless
younger
I'm
brother?
clicking on the same picture. Look.
You sure they're not the Shibasaki
28th of May
brothers?
2000. No. 28th of May 2000.
Hello, when you come from overseas, just like
Oh,
you did,
yeah, just change it up.
January 1st.
They came from New Zealand.
January 1st, 2000.
1-1. Jermaine McEwen, he makes his debut as well. He's on the bench. A lot of outs for the Knights, but a few good players to replace him. Phoenix Costin is originally a half. Kyle McCarthy, a lot of raps on him. I've never heard of him. But Tyrone Thompson, he's going to be exciting to see. And for the Tigers, Latu Fainu is out. He's replaced by a returning Jerome Luai. The Tigers,
Is that the 2 games he starts, he gets injured, by the way?
who's this?
Latu Fainu?
No, but he's out because.
Yeah, but last year, but he
No,
came off.
because
Oh, did he get injured
also
as
got
well?
injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Slightly.
broke his thumb.
Oh wow!
He's got surgery on it.
Nah.
Last year on his debut,
Yeah.
he got concussed with like 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, I feel like the name Fainu is always brought up with injuries.
Sure.
I swear.
Who?
He's man. Have you sold him this week or what?
For now?
Oh,
Oh, Samuela?
is he here?
Are they even,
Is his name?
No, fuck him. He's gone.
Well, his name to
I don't give a
start
fuck
with.
what he's doing. I don't give a shit.
Where'd him score
aren't they
100?
brothers?
Yeah, they are.
Sione,
There's 5 of them.
Samuela, and
Yeah,
that too?
and
There's
that's
5 of
yeah.
them.
5?
Yeah, there's a big family. And they'll play rugby.
Suck
league. It's a big Tarago driving around.
Oh, that's
Fucking post game feed at KFC.
it's definitely
It's too late.
It's definitely editing.
It's no, I can't bother. It's too much editing. It's just a joke. I love you
What
guys.
joke? I did that joke.
But I'll get mopped. Any islander out there will kill me.
Here we go. And
Anyway.
his weekly death when he
I love you guys. Who do we have?
Oh, well, but I reckon Tigers are going to rob him.
Surely. Tigers 13 plus.
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Tigers 13 plus.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go up the Tigers.
Yeah, no, I reckon, is
Up the Wests.
Skelton back? Did you say that? or
No.
not?
Oh, yeah, he's back.
Yeah, did you say anything about Tigers? Or
I
not?
did, yeah, I did. I said Latu
No, he just looks for
Fainu's out.
fucking Samuela Fainu and that's it.
I said Latu Fainu's out. He's replaced by Jerome Lloyd. Josh Skelton's back.
Yeah, and who's their lock?
Alex Twal.
Bro, he's bad.
No, he's good. He had a bad game
He
last
did
week.
have a bad game.
He did.
He had a
He couldn't
fucking
hold the
shocker.
ball to save his life
Usually
last
he's good. He's
week.
actually a workhorse.
Like, you know what? Like, he is so mediocre. It's not even
Nah,
funny.
he's
Nah,
not.
he's
Wallah,
good.
No, I feel like he's been the
Well, I
same
just got
player.
scored 1 try in his fucking 150 games.
He's been the same player since for like 4 years.
Yeah, but he's good. I don't
Like,
mind him. He's safe.
You want to talk about a ceiling? He's got an open roof.
No, that's a good thing.
What the fuck?
Sorry, I'm still.
It's late.
I'm still,
All right, all of us have
confused.
Tigers 13 plus. The Bulldogs have the bye. Here's what I want to look at the ladder, right? Because when I was looking at it, I tripped the fuck out. Okay, because I already told you 2 teams wigged me out. All right, Bulldogs are 5-0. We all know that. Broncos are 4-1. It doesn't surprise anyone. Storms are 3-1. They've had the bye. Warriors are 3-1. They've had a bye. So Warriors have lost 1 game and it was the one in Magic
Oh, when
Round.
you say like that, it
There
sounds
was
a
no
bit
magic
better.
around you, fuckwit.
So not Magic Round. Vegas. I'm gonna fuck with you.
Yeah,
Kill
they
it.
had the bye.
Yeah, but still 3-1. They've lost 1 game all year. We're gonna have the bye next week. What? Are you gonna take credit away from us?
Hard. He's going to stay.
Come on, right? 3-1. It's impressive. They're sitting 4th, bro. We all of a sudden bottom 4. They could possibly still end there, but still,
Because can you
it's an
relax,
impressive
bro?
start. You relax, bro. You think the Dogs are gonna win the comp already?
That's
What?
true. That is
Adam
true.
Blazek, this guy can't pick and choose.
Every week he comes with his jersey, he fucking rocks it up from him. Just leave it here, cunt.
He left it. Yeah. Rabbitohs are 4-1. Right, that makes up our top five.
That's shocking.
It's actually impressive, right? The rest of the top 8 is made up of Manly 3-2, Raiders 3-2, and the Titans 2-2, but they've had a bye. So
How about Dragons?
Dragons are
2 and
sitting
3.
12th, bro.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. Like one win and they jump a lot of teams.
What happens when they're losing against Titans?
Because if they win, they can possibly move up to 8th, 7th
Yeah, the fucking
with
boy.
one win.
Yeah.
No, 8th. My bad. Don't worry about me.
And when we win
I don't know how to count.
on the podcast, you can get on your knees and fucking blow me.
I'll be so happy. I would. I literally would.
I know you.
Well, I've been your voice in the last few weeks.
Yeah, I love you, Carl. I do.
I love you too.
I like to see you happy.
Thanks, man.
No
But they've disappointed us,
That's
bro.
well,
you're a Dragons fan,
I've been
yeah,
living
what-
this for the past fucking 10 years, so. How much more disappointment can I live in my life?
Fuck, it's been a long time since we haven't made the 8,
Ugh.
Us.
Last year, you
Last
cunt.
year.
It just feels like so long ago.
Do I throw something at him?
Eels are bottom. Roosters are second last.
Yeah.
Panthers are third last.
In what world?
I don't know. It's
Well,
crazy.
Hey, for some reason, I hope Roosters just get the wooden spoon.
How much more
that'd be
crazy would it say Penrith get to win?
Fuck, that would be
No way.
insane.
And the craziest thing about all this, right, with all the signings they've made in the off season and all the, we're back and we're going to make the finals again. Tigers are 11th.
That's
After
not
all
bad.
that.
They've
That's not bad. Usually at this point last year, they'll be exactly where they finished off the year.
Well, because we had fans thinking they were going to go 6-0 or whatever it was.
Do we feel like they're a bit
No,
underwhelming?
no. Who?
Tigers?
Yeah, they have.
Do you reckon they're a bit underwhelming, or is that not?
Because
fair
they're
to
a
say?
new team, bro. They need to gel.
No, I've been backing them. I reckon they've been going
Like,
good.
their losses,
But I think they
have
can
been
do
the
better.
Broncos,
Which that was the best game. Like that was,
the
you
Warriors.
couldn't go worse than that. Oh yeah, they've had a good game there too.
Yeah, but they should have won it, but they didn't.
Yeah, they really checked.
And the Knights.
They lost by
They
two.
played the Knights twice already.
Yeah.
They play Knights again?
Yeah, they played in first round.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They lost by 2.
I don't
yeah?
like that, bro. How do you already round 6, 4 teams are playing each other again?
They lost by 2. Yeah.
But they lost by 2. Yeah, it was a ball fest.
So they haven't been underwhelming. They've been pretty good.
They've been all right, but I thought they'll be.
They're a lot better than we expected them to be.
Yeah.
Oh
Well, I
no,
had
not really. Actually,
I had
they're
them, I
exactly
think, in ninth.
they're exactly where I expect them to be. Really.
Yeah, I had them in around 9th.
Can we end this now?
Yes.
Of course we can. All right, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Please leave a like.
Why
Share and
don't you
subscribe.
end it, Carl?
Share and
I don't know
subscribe
how to say it the way he
share and
does it.
subscribe if you haven't already. You could do the last outro.
No, I actually can't.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah, please.
You can do.
I can't do it.
Leave a like, share and subscribe. All right, in the description below, find our socials: TikTok, Instagram. We've been posting a lot. Make sure you're following. All right, click the bell and stay notified every time I upload. You'll know about it. In the comment section below, everything we spoke about today. All our predictions. Let us know if you agree. Tell us who you think is going to win this week.
I actually don't know what to
No,
say.
you have to do it.
I actually don't. You
I
probably
just
Come on,
I told
quick,
you what to
quick.
say.
But I don't know what to say.
I
Quick,
told
come
you
on,
what to say.
something.
Okay, we'll see you next time.
Peace.
So